All right, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn mod Burundi playthrough. It is 2025 and we are working up for a declaration of war against Angola that we have pending. From the intel we have gathered, they have a bunch of land forces pretty much equivalent to one of our army groups. So I'm just going to go in with an equivalent force at this point. I don't really want to risk more than that. I'm banking on our like infantry tech being superior or at least equivalent so that we can push them. The goal is just going to be hold this gap and then push and pinch this area off. Now, does the AI do that? Probably not. I'm probably going to have to manually do that and knock that airfield out. But yeah, as you can see, the enemy force is stronger rating, so they are rating them as better than us. So this will be interesting. I may move one of these groups down. Yeah, I'm gonna move this frontline force into the area, but not put them on the line. They're just gonna be in the region as reserves. And how long? We have a year. A full year of time. We do have enough manpower. We could work on getting some more reserve forces, which we will need anyway. So that is also an option. I don't know what I clicked on because it like froze. Did that click on what I wanted to? Yeah, so we're getting more modern artillery. Good. But yeah, I could see our supplies being an issue because I have not had time to build the rail line. Even the main rail lines, they need to be built. So we'll stop their training. They are actually very well trained. This is more trained than my primary forces. To some extent, that's interesting. I mean, I did have them sitting up there doing that the whole time, so to be fair, makes sense. This is light armaments. So let's see, we got one choice here, reliability or organization. That's pretty clear cut what we need from our support equipment. Europe is declaring war on Jordan. That's random. This is the best way I have to describe that. Get another enrichment facility. Like, we should be boosting our agent effectiveness relatively quickly. Alright, let's see. Stockpiles are Yeah, they do have pretty modern looking IFVs and APCs. And quite a few main battle tanks. So we could get pushed quite easily by them. The only way we may win is just... They could push us easily in Namibia, but as soon as they got into the forests, we would have the advantage, so we may be able to surround and circle those tanks. I don't want to try it. Like, that's a easy loss for nothing. Trying to see if I even have any armored units I would pull. Yeah, like none of that mine are going to be at full strength. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Germany is not fulfilling our steel import, so... Drop one. We'll accept that deal. We're gonna take steel from Brazil here. Actually shocked that we are still working on those. Not incredibly eager to rush anything in naval research. Just want to get a start on it. One of the research slots we have will go to that, even at the detriment of other things that we could be working on with it. Oh. That would do it. Alright, slow it down. We're going to take Mozambique. And Burundi continues to consolidate our lands. Get back to the construction queue and knock that off. Need offices back up in here. What's our GDP? Perfect. We didn't go below 60 and we maintained our $10 trillion in GDP. Let's check our ledger. How are we looking? What is that? 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are 10th in the world. With very low productivity. That's interesting. We need railways so bad. Oh my god. I don't have a scientist. I'm not going to be able to recruit one. I don't even... Oh. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did not put two and two together. What am I missing? More self-propelled artillery. We must have gained... Yeah. Whoops. And to combine all these. Our only mechanized or motorized division right now, and then everything regular infantry. We're only running these three designs, even though they're terrible. I'm going to take light infantry and throw it into another division. This will be up here. And we're going to call that the 5th Army. And it'll be run by this guy. Looks fine. Alright, cool. How are we looking on our autocannon? 100 days. Alright, so it's probably a good time to get our AA going. So let's use this 4th generation hull. The SAM launcher. We'll put an autocannon on there. I don't think any of these actually help. Yeah, we have resource acquisition, so fuel refining is an option, but I'd rather get land forts going. We want long range anti-air. I think we can only have a 4-piece. Check the ammo. Yeah, it seems fine there. We switch this to 8. What does that do? Yeah. Limited to a 4-piece. I don't have any of the drones or anything. Honestly, we'll put some of the survivability features on this vehicle. Think any of these improve? Well, defense jammers do. Throw them mine protection on this. Or front mounted mine protection. Make it wheeled. Actually does boost. Make it take a ton of fuel. It's our only... See, that's huge. Is there anything better, though? See, that 40... That's 47. Already got one. What does front mount do? Lowers everything. Lower fuel consumption and then throw extra armor on it. And what are we gonna call it? The 2025 Burundi Union anti-air, so mobile anti-air 1. I don't know. The fly swatter. Give it a nickname. All right. We don't need very many. They're super useful, and we actually support the resources for those. I'm just gonna bump up our tank production again. All right, let's boost speed. We do have a ton of manpower. Tough. I know we don't need... We do kind of need these air ones. And the naval, if there were naval left. Yeah, 2 navals. 3 navals? 2. Yeah. I'd still rather have these rail networks. I'll have to bump those up after we work through that. I'll get it fixed in time. Assigned division. We actually finished a cavalry division? We did not. It's missing 5 tanks. About this one. Also missing... Oh, that one's missing 5 IFEs. Completely different problem. Yeah, I'm curious what... 300 breakthrough with a reduction due to attrition. That's They're not bad. Just not great. Naval weapons and systems. This submarines, what is this? Yep. Get out of here. Oh, we get a scientist. Where's our guy? Our girl? Not bad. Girl? We have our first dockyard. Crazy. Something went on with Russia, Iraq, Turkey. I don't know who pupping them. Oh. American military did. This is the United States of Europe, not Americans. That is not what I read. That isn't what happened. Yeah, I just don't want American foreign influence. I think with good reason, but you know, who knows at this point. Fall of Mosul. You're going through events right now? Is that what's happening? Do I need more oil? Oh god. What am I at? Only 200. That pushed me positive. Alright, who's left? Botswana. Yeah, I'll start chunking away at Botswana. Infrastructure built first. And just fuel reserves. See where we're at. Be done pretty quick, and then I'll just put like an office space or something up in queue and wait till it flips. Because when is my next research slot? 20? No, 15 trillion. 15, 20, and 30. So we're actually kind of close. I'll have to double up on offices being built versus other things. So 2 civilian factories, 2 offices, 1 nuclear power plant. I have to make 2. Yeah, we'll have to work on this. What's being built, not. How are roads looking? It's finishing up Tanzania. God. Could there be more events all at one time? Help them more. Good, we have good literacy. I guess we've caught up to like current day and age. Like, that's funny. Alright, let's start getting units in place for, like, if we had to fight. Uganda. And right now, this doesn't border it, but that does. Looks like you can place units all along through that waterway. I'm curious what this does. This is just a test. So they go around it. That's interesting. So I can put the whole army group into that. Alright, what do we... I kind of figured it was going to be tanks. Non-finished tank divisions. Probably deserve their own division. That they don't equipment. That's infantry. Is there anyone that's any good? Breakthrough is good. I would not be against breakthrough. Ooh. This guy may be low level, but he's got the chops for future stardom there. As long as he doesn't die in like combat. Alright. Me way better artillery. Yeah, if I was honestly gonna use a tank division, nowhere over there. It's actually gonna be right where those units are. And yeah, I'm gonna delete this and move them to a more reasonable place. Right there on the lake. Helicopters. Perfect. Got a research slot. Woohoo! Doesn't do us any good to have heavy lift if we don't have light aircraft. That's all I'm saying. And no. That was dumb. There. I guess it is that whole thing. Okay. That corner. They are in reserve. Human Genome Project. We're doing 3D printing. Can do one doctrine click. I'd rather have super long supply grace, if I was honest. It helps our invasion forces more than anyone else. Like 3 days, right? Or 4. What did we just get? Thing before the next level of manpads? Who's not doing their thing? Indonesia. They failed me immediately. But oil? Kuwait. Kuwait's always reliable, right? Find out. Get more from Kuwait. $10 billion a week. A thing of beauty. That being said, we need probably 2 being built nuclear reactors, so let's throw one up. And another thing of offices. Get those building. Get back up there and more office. All right. Perfect. So I go, basically I use my construction queue like it's a percentage thing. That's how I view that. Like, always, so it's like 20% building like GDP, money, growth for research slots, and I can lower that later. Another 20% expanding the civilian industry, maybe more at times, and then enough energy to power both of whatever that sector is. Running 24/7. Why it's so important to get those second stacks. You just grow exponentially. And then yeah, I'm just it finished. I can use I'm gonna build offices in both of those locations. Develop the income. Yeah, that'll boost their income a lot more. And how's our intel looking? No planes, so I'm not worried. They're upping their factory game. For sure. I do not like how many tanks they have, though. That is quite a few. What are these? Vehicles? Main battle tanks, IFVs, and light. This gives breakthrough and defense. This gives piercing and armor. And this gives stuff I'm not even gonna use. Honestly, breakthrough is gonna be more important. Plus it's on utility vehicles, so that it applies to more. And with that, I can work on the IFV. Better finish that. Is all right. Where's the autocannon? Our IFVs are gonna be stronger than our tanks. That's where we're gonna get. Should be coax. Give me a second. All right. So lowers breakthrough, piercing. Really lowers everything. This gives so much piercing. Nope, that's APC. This is IFV. Here, let's see coax autocannon. There's the 4th gen mix. We're gonna put the ergonomic door there and then go back here. It should have... Yeah, so it goes crazy. That goes hard. What can I do? Oh, the speed. Put this on a wheeled suspension for a second. Gas turbine. Give it a advanced battle station. Thing's crazy fast like that. If I give it a medium... Bit more breakthrough and hardness. I could do that at that almost 60% hardness. I don't want to give it a heavy suspension. I think it makes it way too slow. But 17 is pretty quick. Light tracked. Doesn't do anything to change the reliability. Makes the hardness so much higher though. Honestly, because of the reliability, might go that medium torsion bar. We've moved up from the hippo. This is IFE 2. And we'll call it the cheetah. No. No. Panther. No, hold up. That's not a... What's a... Are panthers in Africa? I know leopards are. The leopard. Even though the Germans, right, stole that leopard tank. The German. Brat. Nah, they can't steal that from us. We're the original African union. Like, we're Burundi Union. Like, we're doing that. So I do... Oh, well, this is the end of the episode anyway, so I'll pause it here. That IFE should actually be making it. But yeah, no, thanks for watching. This is far too long. We'll stop it here.